And we'll kickstart this edition with some terrible news which has just come in. Indian Air Force convoy has been attacked by terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir. The convoy attacked in Kashmir's Poonch district. Few Jawans have sustained injuries during the attack. Area cordoned off by forces. The search operation is currently underway. This was an Indian Air Force vehicle which was attacked by terrorists in Poonch sector. The local Rashtriya Rifles unit has started the cordon and search operations in the area. The vehicles have been secured, we understand, inside the airbase in the general area near Shah Sitar. Military personnel have sustained injuries, is what we know. The Indian Air Force convoy has been attacked in Poonch. The local Rashtriya Rifles unit, we understand, has started the cordon and search operations in the area. The vehicles have been secured inside the airbase in the general area near Shah Sitar. My colleague Gaurav is getting us more details on that story. Gaurav, this is terrible news coming in this evening. What more details can you share with us about how are the injured doing at this point in time?
So as of now, we are told there are between 3 and 5 injuries, and they have been secured. As far as the army is concerned, the nearest RR unit, the Rashtriya Rifles unit, is carrying out a cordon search and seek and destroy operation simultaneously. This is a hilly forested area, Shah Sattar, the area where this ambush took place. So this was a military convoy, and this military convoy was ambushed by terrorists. And both Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists have been active in this area. Of course, now they move around with another name called either the TRF or PAFF. But it's the same terrorist groups, hybrid terrorist groups. By day, they could be working in any organization or have another job, and suddenly they hide their weapons, pick up their weapons, target a convoy, and then retreat into the forest and then their villages once again. And there have been multiple targeting of military convoys in this area. Several standard operating procedures have been changed. Some terrorists have been neutralized. Several overground workers have been detained in the past 2 years. However, this group of terrorists that has been active, and perhaps they switch between north and south of Pir Panjal. The moment the pressure builds in the Poonch Rajouri area, they go to South Kashmir and then they return. That appears to be their modus operandi. They still remain at large. At night, of course, the forces will remain in the areas where they are. And once again, at first light, operations will begin, Sneha.
Getting us those details at this moment, I understand. In fact, the situation is a developing one. There are fears of serious injuries in this case as well. We understand that the vehicles have been secured and this entire area has been cordoned off. Military personnel have suffered injuries, is what we know. Mir is also getting asked more on that story. Mir, what is the current situation like? What more details can you share with us?
As you know, the SOP is that after every such incident, the neighboring quick reaction teams of the police, army, CRPF get activated, and same has happened in this case as well. After the attack, the QRTs have reached the spot, and on the basis of eyewitness accounts and on the basis of evidence they've got from the spot, a effective search and bombing operation is underway as I speak to you. But quite clearly, this area has now been chosen by terrorists, by militants. They are camping in the forest area. Let me tell you, Minder, Poonch and the LOC area has a lot of tents and they are using that to slip into the forest area, go deep, and every now and then they come in, see a convoy or a security force vehicle, they attack it. Not the first instance, and clearly the focus has shifted from Kashmir to that side, and we know that Jaish, through shadow outfits, has been carrying out such attacks. Been told that 3 Air Force men have been injured. They have been airlifted to the Udhampur Army facility, where you have a specialized medical team right now trying their best to revive them. As I said, QRTs have reached the spot, and right now an effective search and bombing operation they're trying to launch. Back to you.
All right. Sunil Ji Bhatt is also with us for the very latest. Sunil, in fact, the injured have been airlifted is what Mir is telling us. Any word on how are they doing at this point in time?
Well, Sneha, as far as this terror attack is concerned, the injured Air Force personnel have been rushed to the hospital, and as per the preliminary reports, they have been, airlifted. As far as their condition is concerned, there is no official word yet, but my sources in the security establishment are saying that three Air Force personnel have been injured in this terror attack, and this has happened early this evening at around 6 o'clock, and there was a convoy of the Indian Air Force personnel. Their vehicles were moving in that particular area in the jurisdiction of Surankote police station. And while these vehicles were moving on that road, suddenly there were some terrorists who were hiding. They fired upon these Air Force, vehicles. And as per the initial reports, three Air Force personnel have been injured. But Sneha, in the last 2 years, if we see the pattern, there have been, increase in the terror activities in the south of the Punjab region in both Rajouri and Poonch districts. And Pakistan has, changed its strategy. It's focusing on the hilly belt of the Jammu region. There was a time when this particular area was, terror affected in the early 90s.
Right.